A new court hearing in the Reagor Dykes case and a new lawsuit, this time between two of the banks involved in the situation. A complicated mess for sure. I'm Brian Mudd.
I'm Lauren Motter. Today, a federal judge approved an agreement made by Ford Credit Union and Reagor Dykes to allow the car dealer to continue to operate for at least the next 2 weeks until a final hearing.
Ford sued the company for millions of dollars, accusing them of fraud, and Reagor Dykes filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy soon after. KMAX Paige Peroso was at today's hearing. So, Paige, take us through this new agreement.
Well, the agreement said Reagor Dykes could pay their employees, but that's only a temporary plan until the final court hearing at the end of August. Lawyers from both the Reagor Dykes Company and Ford Credit Union announced this plan to a packed courtroom. The plan says for 2 weeks only, Reagor Dykes can pay immediate expenses under a budget set by a Dallas finance firm. The company is not allowed yet to pay its rent that's due on September 1st, which is several hundreds of thousands of dollars. The judge also approved for Reagor Dykes to appoint an interim chief restructuring officer out of the Blackbriar finance firm. That person will be in charge of helping Reagor Dykes assess info in the next 2 weeks, but will not have the full duties of a chief financial officer. One more thing, on August 30th, the judge will decide if a trustee will be appointed. Reagor Dykes released a statement today saying, in part, the Reagor Dykes team is thankful for today's federal court order result. We are encouraged by Ford Motor Credit's willingness to work towards a constructive solution with our corporate restructuring officer. This week, though, Reagor Dykes named in another lawsuit, accusing the company of check kiting, which is a federal felony, and a different kind of accusation than what Ford accused the company of doing. In a lawsuit filed in court this week, one bank is suing the other. The allegations listed say First Capital conspired with Rick Dykes of Reagor Dykes to defraud Vista Bank in a massive $6 million scheme. In the newest lawsuit, Reagor Dykes is accused of check kiting. It's an abuse of the federal check system process to trade checks, making it look like money is available in an account when it's not actually there. Former federal prosecutor Bill Matea explains how the scheme works.
The problem is that when you write the check, you knew that you didn't have the money in the account, and you're just hoping that, all of a sudden funds will make it into another account, and then you write a check on that, and it just goes back and forth. And ultimately, if you never come up with money to support the checks that you're writing, then the check kiting scheme is going to fail, and some bank is going to get caught left holding the bag.
Vista Bank says First Capital knew about the Ford lawsuit and the bankruptcy filing before it was public. It then accuses First Capital of using that info to make Vista Bank take the $6 million loss in the scam. Quoting from the lawsuit, First Capital blew up the standard process and worked all night in a greedy attempt to ram return items onto Vista. Matea says if allegations of check kiting are true, people can go to prison.
Well, let's just assume that the allegations are true, okay? And I'm not speaking to their veracity, but let's assume they're true. If that's the case, and they kited checks, it clearly is a violation of state criminal law. And if there is something on the checks that is truly a false representation to a bank, then it could constitute bank fraud under federal law.
Rick Dykes is listed as a former board of directors at First Capital in the lawsuit. First Capital Bank released a statement saying the lawsuit's claims are not factual, in part saying this is a lawsuit which asserts claims that are without merit either in law or in fact. First Capital Bank utilized legally appropriate procedures available through the bank collection process to return checks presented by Vista Bank to First Capital for payment, and which First Capital was legally entitled to reject. This is a developing story, and of course we have much more information on both lawsuits on our website, everythinglubbock.com.
Paige, thank you.